Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate you covering the game. Really a lot of exciting things going around. Max Melton, obviously, last night. That was awesome. Well-deserved. Really thrilled for him. He's going to do a great job. Look forward to I think we're going to have some guys that get picked up as free agents and watch them go battle through it and succeed, and look forward to next year this time. I think we'll have a bunch of guys that'll go in the draft, so that'll be good stuff. Really appreciate our fans coming out today. It was good turnout. They seemed to enjoy all the stuff down in the end zone, so that was good stuff. A shout out to PJ and his crew for putting that together. A little boardwalk inside the stadium. That was awesome. And most importantly, we got out of the spring game totally healthy, which is the most important thing. So it was really a good spring. We made progress. We have a long way to go. So can't wait for these guys to finish up final exams now this week and a little bit of next, and then they get a break. This is kind of the biggest break they get during the year, and they need it. They've worked really hard because then when we come back for the summer program, it's full steam ahead. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Greg, just your initial thoughts on what you saw out of the quarterbacks?
I thought all four of them did some good things, right? A couple close calls there that could have gone the other way. A couple deep shots that we hit. The spring game is not always a great indicator of all that's transpired. You know, we have 14 practices where it is really ultra competitive. And then the spring game is kind of, I'd say, more for the fans, for the young players to get used to playing in the stadium with some fans, you know, that have some guys today, that was by far the biggest crowd they've ever played in front of, right? So great to do that when it doesn't count. There's no preseason games in college football. So when we kick it off against Howard, it counts. So this was a good opportunity for a lot of guys to get quality repetitions in front of a crowd, you know, in the stadium.
Coach, Nassim Brantley, 4 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown today. What should fans expect from him this fall?
Well, he's working really hard. He's in a room that's all of a sudden become a pretty deep room. We have a lot of talented receivers at all different ages, and Nassim is one of those. So it's going to be tremendous competition when we get into summer training and into training camp. And, you know, the way it works around here, guys who give you the best chance to win, they're going to be the guys that are out there, and the next group will be the next group out there. So I look forward to it. The cream will rise to the top, I'm sure.
Just what do you see from Ethan Calic-Manis all spring as he kind of got, assimilated into the program, picked back up with Kirk? I mean, I guess kind of what do you see from start to finish?
Yeah, I think Ethan has blended very well. Now, he has a head start in the fact that he knows our system. There's some vocabulary things that were different, but not extremely. That can be achieved in a month. Couple weeks, really. But what he needed to do was get back on the same page with Kirk and learning exactly what Kirk wants done. You know, you can call a play the same thing, and you can draw it the same on paper. But coaching is those finer points, those anticipatory points, those things that get you ready to make the play. And I think Kirk is the best I've been around at teaching that. So to have Ethan back in the room with the other quarterbacks was great. And, he's made progress this spring.
I wanted to ask, Ed Guerrier, he did a lot of the carrying today, 11 carries, 63 in a tud. Are you setting up, or can we expect, throughout the season for that 1-2 punch with him and Mononga?
Oh, I think you might be getting ahead of yourself on that one, right? I think that 1-2 punch, we're going to see Kyle and Sam. And then let's not forget about, Benji. Those three guys have put some mileage in here and have done some real good things. Unfortunately, they were bumped a little bit this spring at different times, and then they wouldn't have played today anyway. But it was great to see those young backs run, like you said. And Ed's going to be a real fine back. But, these are young kids. They're learning their way.
Coach, everything happens up front, as you know. But could you talk about the offensive line getting on the second level and the running backs getting on the track?
Well, I think our O-line continues to improve. Coach Flaherty and his staff are doing a great job of just fundamentally developing our team and our offensive line. I think the defensive line has stepped up, and that competition between the D-line and the O-line has been intense this whole spring. And, you know, the old saying, iron sharpens iron, well, that's occurred this spring. So we've really gotten better. We still have a long way to go, but now you have some guys that have done it before. You know, we got some 1,000 and 2,000 play club guys that have done it in games and won games. So now that should give them confidence to go out and be a unit that plays together.
Obviously, the quarterback competition's been at the forefront of everyone's mind this spring. Would you say that either quarterback pulled ahead at all or did something that impressed you, specifically about Ethan and Gavin?
There's been different times, different things have occurred for sure. I'm not going to get into it. You know, when I finally make the announcement who it is, then everyone will know. But until then, it'll just be what it is. It's a competition. I like all four of our quarterbacks. I think they're all in their own way improving. And it's just going to be a matter of making a decision who gives us the best chance to win. The who and the when, I don't know. I'll let you know. As soon as I know, that's not true. I'll let you know when I let you know. How's that? Yeah, like I said, I'll let you know when I know.
The transfer portal is still open for the next 3 days. I'm not sure how much between spring camp that's been on the front of your mind, but do you anticipate any movement either way, out or in these next 3 days as it closes?
Make no doubt about it. It's always on the front of my mind, both looking for players to bring in here and making sure that we retain our current roster, because I really like the players that we have, and we spent a ton of time, money, effort in developing them. So, yeah, it's college football. I mean, those are the challenges you face. So, yeah, it's on my mind for sure, and it always is.
Your spring awards, Kobe and Al Shadi, what went into naming each of those players most improved on each side of the ball?
Well, they improved. Yeah, I mean, we had, as I told them after the scrimmage we met at midfield, I said, it may have been the hardest since we've been back, the hardest year to name the most improved. Because on each side of the ball, there was 3 or 4 guys that we felt it could have been. So then the arguments begin. You know, and I love that because then I see their position coaches fighting for them, and it really makes me see what they value from that player. But at the end of the day, I have to make that decision, and I think that although there could have been several for each side of the ball, I think the guys that, you know, Kobe and Al Shadi just embraced what they needed to embrace to improve and did it on a consistent basis. And then Timmy Ward, you know, winning the mental and physical toughness award. I mean, I guess he could have won it any year he was here, right? Like, the guy is as tough as they come. He's overcome cancer. Was an equipment manager for 18. How many of us would have stuck it out as an equipment manager and kept going? You know, went through the tryout and didn't get on the team, went through the tryout a second time. We were talking about one of the most mentally tough people in this building. And to see what he's done and now is looked at as a leader on our special teams, that's really cool. Really cool.
I liked how you opened up the broadcast today saying, we're going to have fun, but I'm also excited to see Air Shiraka. That was an interesting line. Was there a concerted effort to open up, throw the ball down the field a little bit today? Because it seemed like you guys took some deep shots. That was a little...
There was a concerted effort to get out of the game healthy. So when you throw, there's less chance of getting injured than when you run. So we made a conscious decision that the ball was going to go in the air more. You can't throw it every down or it'd be a 7-on-7, right? But we wanted to throw the ball to protect our players. And, you know, we had a great spring. And the guys battled away, and it was physical, like really physical, old school. Like last time we were here, it was old school, physical spring. And we just didn't want to blow it here in that final day. And, you know, fans like to see that anyway, right? I mean, a lot of people say, let's do that every down. So I thought it was good all around, and it kind of went with the whole, you know, Ferris wheel in the end zone concept. Let it rip, and it was fun. Guys, again, I appreciate you covering us this spring. And as always, coming out and doing what you do, it really promotes our program and is important to the development of our program. So I do appreciate it. Thanks.